Home. Batting eighth for Alameda, the third baseman, number 12, Chris Bliscoe. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 9, Caleb Bello. And batting 10th, the extra hitter, number 6,
Let's do it just one more time here. The third game of the day here at Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda. And this time it's your Alameda Anchors taking on the NorCal Warriors.
We're happy to have
the Anchors getting the third game of the day. They face off against the NorCal Warriors. It's the first day of the inaugural tournament, Independence Day tournament, putting on by the Anchors. The Anchors wearing the home whites. They send Jordan Bolden out to the mound, but before that, let's recap the day just a little bit. Our morning game, that was a 10 a.m. start here from Alameda. That yielded a 15-4 victory for the Petaluma Leghorns as they took home a 7-inning mercy over the Redbirds. In game 2, a touch more competitive. That one finished up. FCA fell to the San Bruno Captains by the final 6-3. Competitive. But now we have your marquee matchup of the day. The Anchors taking on the Warriors here on their home field. We have 3 more games for you tomorrow, and how about 3 more on Wednesday as well. The Anchors in the home whites are led out onto the field by Jordan Bolden. And the defense behind him, his battery mate, will be Caleb Vela. Let's go third to first. Chris Bliscoe, Brady Wetzel, Kai Home, and Michael Weber gets the start. Big number 36 has the first base duties today. Left to right, Isaiah Landry, Jack Bollinger, and Brendan Bell. For head coach Tony Sakachi, who that man is just doing it all for this ball club. He's run the snack shack, he's the owner, he's the GM, and how about interim head coach for the day. So that's the defense he sets out against Jonathan Rodriguez, his NorCal Warriors. You saw the NorCal Warriors here at home once. The Anchors winning that one by the score of 10-0. And arms is going to be a bit of an issue for Tony and Derek Livingston, the acting head coach for Dustin Cheney. Derek Livingston working through some problems trying to get here today for the Anchors. The 3 Warriors that Bolden will face in the top of the first, Mateo Castro, Daiki Ayata, and Jacob Wally. He'll be followed by Tyson Brown, David Howard, and Derek McFarland. Lucas Duran, Andrew Jones, Kaleo Velez, and Donovan Williams round out the 10. You heard that right, 10. Both teams bat 10 guys here in the inaugural Independence Day tournament. I'm Kieran Costa. Welcome into the broadcast booth for our third game of baseball on this beautiful Monday evening. The Warriors wearing the road reds, numbers in black, outlined in white. The Anchors wearing the home whites, Anchors in blue script, outlined in gold on the front. Bolden is ready. Castro is ready. Bolden is ready. And we're just about ready for the third game of the day. And some Monday Night Baseball, and it starts with strike 1. First pitch, 5:03, 63 degrees, and the sun shining. Here it comes, and that one's a called strike as well. It's quickly 0-2. Bolden, the right-hander, toes the slab and delivers. That's popped up. Right center field. Brendan Bell settles under it, and 1 down here in the top of the first. Bolden gets Castro to pop out to right. Bolden gets Castro to pop out to right.
Batting second for the Warriors.
The inaugural Independence Day tournament is hosted here by the Anchors. First pitch from Bolden, fastball in off the corner. It's 1-0. Third game of the day. The Leghorns and the Captains taking home victories in the morning and the afternoon. The Anchors look to join the party against the Warriors here on Monday evening. The pitch is a called strike, and it's 2-1. Jordan Bolden working very quickly. Lines and delivers. That one's lined to third right at Chris Bliscoe, and there's 2 away. Ayata just hits a soft line drive directly at the third baseman Bliscoe.
Batting third for the Warriors.
And that brings up Jacob Wally.
Jacob Wally.
Bliscoe. And that brings up Jacob Wally. Wally, the left fielder tonight for the Warriors, takes the first pitch called strike over the outside edge. It's 0-1. We gave you the starting lineup for Jonathan Rodriguez's crew. We gave you the defense for Tony Sakachi. We'll get you that Anchor lineup coming up in the last of the first. As that one runs off the corner, it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 offer. Fastball just misses. 1-0. Keith Baker behind the dish. Matt Felder in the field, and hats off to them working their third game of the day. Long day in the hot sun for the umpires as well, as that one's a called strike, and the count's even 2-2. Bolden looking for a 1-2-3 first, stares into Velo to get his sign. Now he gets the one he likes, and he's going to step off before the next delivery. Pop out to right, line out to third, 2 outs, nobody on here in the first half of the first inning. Bolden's delivery is fouled third base side, and the count holds 2-2. The Anchors having some fun during their all-star break playing this tournament. The 2-2 from Bolden is outside, close pitch. The BACL season starts up, the second half starts up again on Thursday against the Seals right here on Alameda Anchors YouTube. Bolden walks him a breaking ball off the corner. So here on the top of the first, we'll just give you the schedule for Alameda Anchors YouTube this coming week. If you've been tuned in, we've already had 2 baseball games today. This is the last one.
Designated hitter Tyson.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m., 1:30 and 5. The Anchors play at 5. And then after tomorrow's game, that's the end of the seeding, and Wednesday, July 5th, we'll have the same times, 10, 1:30, and 5 o'clock, but you will not know those teams until it's all seeded out after tomorrow. Tyson Brown, the designated hitter, comes up and cuts and misses at a fastball. It's 0-1. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting DH for the Warriors. Here comes the 1-1, caught on and missed. High fastball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jacob Wally leads away from first. He walks. Runner goes the pitch. Caleb Velo tried to frame it, and it's a steal of second base for Jacob Wally, and the count to Tyson Brown is 2-2. Breaking ball struck him out looking. Jordan Bolden works around the 2-out walk. Nothing across for the Warriors in the top of the first, with the Anchors coming up in the bottom half. Darren Tolentino toes the slab for the Warriors against Tony Sakachi's anchors today. He's the lone coach. He's coaching third base. And the lineup that Tony's going to send out there, Isaiah Landry leads off and plays left. Jack Bollinger in center bats second. Brady Wetzel, the shortstop, bats third. And Michael Weber, the first baseman, bats cleanup. Brendan Bell, the right fielder, fifth. Jordan Bolden, the starter, sixth. Kai Holm, the second baseman, seventh. Chris Bliscoe bats eighth and plays third. Caleb Velo gets the nod at catcher today, at least to start the ball game, and he bats ninth. And then Telly Hill, the extra hitter, will come up 10th, and Isaiah Landry takes a called strike one. Tolentino starts his outing off with a strike. Landry, Bollinger, and Wetzel will be the three to bat. Landry takes, this one misses, it's 1-1. The defense behind Tolentino, his battery mate today will be Velez. First to third this time, Howard, Ayata, Castro, and Durand. Left to right, Wally, McFarland, and Williams. That one's popped towards right, sinking fast, but a nice play by Howard, who reaches over his head on the flare from Landry. The putout goes P3, and there's one away.
Batting second, center fielder, number 2, Jack Bollinger.
Here comes the first pitch to the lefty Jack Bollinger, who takes low and inside. He thought it hit him. He was ready to flip the bat towards the home dugout. And that one's a called strike one, and it's 1-1 to Bollinger. One ball, one strike, one out. Bollinger takes in the dirt, and he's ahead 2-1. The Anchors finished up the BACL first half with back-to-back road wins. That puts them one half game out of first place in the BACL. Again, the second half starts Thursday right here on Alameda Anchors YouTube at 6:05 with their first home meeting with the Seals. Tolentino working very slowly, stares in to get his sign, and Bollinger's had enough. He calls timeout. Brady Wetzel waits on deck. So the Anchors play today at 5, tomorrow at 5, and then Wednesday we're not sure. Wait for that one to seed out, and then Thursday the second half begins with the Seals. But Tony's got to focus on today's win first and cross that bridge if we get to it. A 2-2 is well off the corner, and the count runs full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 delivery from Tolentino has Bollinger fooled, and there's 2 down.
Batting third for Alameda, the shortstop, number 1, Brady Wetzel.
So that brings up Brady Wetzel. And the first one skips to the screen. It's 1-0. So a pop out and a strikeout to start the game for Alameda. Wetzel chops that one towards third. Durand charges his throw to first, just in time to get him, and Wetzel is retired. One in the books from Alameda in Game 3 of the day. We're scoreless. David Howard's going to lead off for the Warriors in the top half of the second inning. Jordan Bolden out for his second inning of work, only allowed a walk in the first. Howard swings first pitch and bounces it long side of first. It's 0-1.
Is it Ryan Howard or David Howard? He reminds me of
Bolden. The righty rocks and delivers an 0-1. Just outside. Velo held the spot but didn't get the call in. It's even 1-1. Bolden working very quickly. Misses just off the corner again. All his misses have been right around the zone the first 2 innings. Tomorrow we have the Redbirds and this Warriors squad. That's at 10 a.m. first pitch on Alameda Anchors YouTube, or come watch it in person here at the College of Alameda baseball field. Then FCA takes on the Leghorns at 1, and the Anchors take on the Captains, a 1-0 squad. That game slated for 5 o'clock again. And that's ball 4, and the second base on balls given up. David Howard, a big first baseman, draws a leadoff walk.
Batting 6th, center fielder, number 7, Derek McFarland.
Derek McFarland, who's the center fielder for Jonathan Rodriguez tonight, stands in with a man at first and nobody out. He squares the bunt and it's a push bunt. Bliscoe throws to first, and McFarland does the job with the sacrifice. Moving to second on the play is Howard, so he's in scoring position with 1 man out for Lucas Durand.
The seventh hitter for the Warriors, third baseman, number 10, Lucas Durand.
The first pitch to Durand is in there for a called strike 1 from Bolden. The Anchors and Warriors have faced off 2 times already in the BACL campaign. That one's waved out and missed by Durand. It's 0-2 and 2 on a breaking ball. The Anchors winning this one winning the first matchup 10-0 at home. The Warriors beat them on the road. That one's blocked by Velo and he can't pick it up. Almost had to play at third. So a stolen base for Howard. The pitch was in the dirt. It's 1-2, and that first run standing now just 90 feet away on the stolen base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bolden looking for a strikeout. The infield stays back for the Anchors, and that one misses. The count's all even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2, 1 out, last of the second, but you're putting top of the second. That one misses as well, and all of a sudden it's 3 balls and no strikes. A full count delivery is popped back to the screen, and the battle continues between Bolden and Durand. Arthur Jones, the extra hitter, waits on deck. Struck him out swinging, fouled into the glove of Velo, and there's 2 away. The second strikeout of the game for Bolden. This one comes at a crucial time. Now he's just a pitch away from getting out of it and leaving that first run at third base.
Extra hitter, number 22, Arthur Jones.
That brings up Arthur Jones. Bolden misses low. It's 1-0. The 1-0 offer from Bolden fooled him on a breaking ball, and the count's all even at 1-1. Howard still waits at third. That one drifts just off the corner. It's 2-1. Jordan Bolden's been all around the zone here through the first 2 innings, working very quickly, even with a man on. That one, though, misses well outside, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Kaleo Velez, the catcher, would be next. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's grounded back up the middle. Diving play. The throw to first is late. Kai Holm went into just a full headlong dive. He kept it in the infield. He got up track to throw to first. It was late. It's an infield single and an RBI for Jones, and it's 1-0 Warriors. David Howard comes in to score, but still a heck of a play by Holm.
Catcher, number 2, Carrillo Velez.
Warriors leading 1-0 here in the second. Velez takes high and outside. It's 1-0. Velez chops that one foul third base side, and the count's even at a ball and a strike.
Coach Rodriguez. Umpire, coach, fielder. Foul ball.
Bolden looks in to get his sign, has the one he likes, and delivers a breaking ball for a called strike 2, and he jumps out ahead of Kaleo Velez. That one's fouled at the plate. Arthur Jones at first with 2 outs. The leadoff walks come all the way around to score. Bolden's 1-2 offer. Velez grounds it to short. Wetzel goes the short way to home, and the inning is over. 1 run on 1 hit and 1 left. On to the bottom of the second here. The Yankees trailing the Warriors 1-0. The Yankees need a rally here in the last of the second. They'll send up Michael Weber, Brendan Bell, and Jordan Bolden will attempt to help his own cause.
Michael Weber.
Weber, Bell, and Bolden off Darren Tolentino, who retired the Yankees in order in the first. His first pitch is outside, and Weber's ahead 1-0. Anchors play today, tomorrow, the next day, and Thursday. 4 games this week. That's grounded to third. The throw across the diamond gets Weber, and the putout goes 5-3. 4 games in as many days for the Anchors. We'll see how they can pitch through that.
Right fielder, number 27.
They're starting
Bell.
Jordan Bolden today. You'd expect Antonio Vasquez to be the next guy to eat innings, and we'll piece it together after that. Here it comes, and that one misses outside. It's 1-0.
Eating like Pac-Man.
1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Bell pops that one up. Back behind the plate, Velez moves over and makes the catch. There's quickly 2 away. for Jordan Bolden.
Bolden.
Jordan Bolden trying to help his own cause here.
Whoop, whoop.
The right-handed hitter, one of just 2 anchors to hit a home run here at the College of Alameda this season. That came in what was a 4 no-hit inning and home run performance from Jordan. The pitch is sent out towards right center, sinking fast but not fast enough, is moving over into the alley and making the tumbling catch as Williams, and that retires the anchors in the second. Atticus Gonzalez will join us for the third here on the Alameda Anchors TV. I'm Kieran Costa here for the top half of the third inning, and I'm joined by Anchors catcher Atticus Gonzalez. Atticus, you have the day off today, spending up in the broadcast.
Yes, I do. That is me.
So back, but first pitch, first out. 1 second, Atticus. We'll get to you in just a moment. So you have not played college baseball?
No, not yet. I just graduated high school this last spring.
But this is a more college environment, right? Are you happy you get to play this before you go play for Cal State LA this fall?
Yeah, like it's I heard it's a lot different pace of play. It's very different, lot higher level of competition. So I'm just looking forward to exposing myself to that level of competition right now. So when I get down to LA in the fall, that I'm ready for it.
Yeah, and obviously it's good to work with the new staff. You'd worked with obviously there's a rotating cast of high schoolers that you played with, but here you're working with new pitchers that you've never worked with before. What's that like for you?
I mean, like, for the guys on my high school team, a lot of them I played with them even before high school, so I'm used to them. I'm used to how hard they throw. I'm used to the different pitches that they throw, so I guess it was really interesting coming onto this new team and working with different pitches, just kind of seeing them throw a little bit harder, seeing the breaking stuff move in different directions that I'm not used to seeing, but it's definitely made me a better catcher.
That ball fouled at the plate. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mateo Castro, the leadoff man today. 1 out, no one on here in the third as Bolden misses with that one in the count. First half of the season in the books. You're a half game out of first place. How's the team feeling?
I think the team's feeling great. I think we have a lot of energy. We have a lot of desire to get that first place. So I think we're going to get it done, and this tournament should be fun. And after that, we're looking forward to getting back out there and competing.
That soft line drive out towards short. Drops for an infield single. Brady Wetzel came in charging. It was a tough hop, and he does not get Castro, who's on first, with 1 man out.
Warrior second baseman, Ducky Ayanta.
I'm joined here in the top of the third by Atticus Gonzalez, Anchors catcher. You've worked with Jordan before. What are you seeing from him tonight?
I'm seeing that he's really attacking. His biggest issue is sometimes he gets a little too passive, a little not confident enough. He has some great stuff, really high velocity, really great movement on his breaking pitches, and I think he's just got to be ready to attack the zone, and I'm seeing that he's doing that here tonight, so I think he's going to have a lot of good pitching left in this game with him.
Here comes the 1-0 from Jordan, and that one's fouled back to the screen. The count's even 1-1. So you've worked with Nevin and Corey. Those guys are like a good 3 to 4 years older than you. What is that like? They've pitched multiple years in college. You've obviously only worked with high school guys. Is there any big difference between working with these two staffs?
You would think that there would be, but and there is that kind of dynamic when you're warming up for the game and when you're at practice and stuff like that. But once you get in the game, it's just baseball, and that's the most beautiful thing about baseball is when you're behind the dish, no one cares how old you are, no one cares necessarily how long you've been playing baseball. It's all about baseball. So I would say there isn't that much of a difference.
That one misses as well, and it's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Mateo Castro moved to second on a stolen base, and Ayata takes a called strike. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes with the runner at second and 1 man out. That one is bounced foul third base side. Bolden working very quickly here in the top of the 3rd inning. It's 3-2. He picks back to second, but scampering back to the bag in time is Castro, and we'll do it again on 3 balls and 2 strikes. Though we're up 3-2, the delivery's spoiled foul, and the battle continues between Ayata and Bolden. So we've talked about the defensive side of the ball. What's the adjustment like on the offensive side? You hit .453 in your last year of high school. I feel like it would be tough to try and replicate that in this league here, as Ayata strikes out swinging 2 down.
It definitely is an adjustment. You know, pitchers are definitely throwing harder. They definitely have a lot better command with their off speed. But for me, it's just confidence. It's in high school when you're batting .453, it's pretty easy to be confident. But once you go to this higher level, it's a little more difficult. So I would say the biggest adjustment is more of the mental game, and I think I've started to get the hang of that. Just staying confident, even if you go 0 for 3, or being just as confident if you go 3 for 3. Just
As that one is. And 1 strike to Jacob Wally. He takes a called strike 2, and he's quickly behind Jordan Bolden. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Jordan Bolden gets back-to-back strikeouts to end the frame. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Atticus will join us for 1 more half inning in the bottom of the 3rd when we return on the Anchors TV. Kai Home leads off for An Anchor offense that's been stymied through 2 innings. The first pitch is a fastball that gets the corner. It's 0-1. Atticus Gonzalez joining me. One of 3 Anchor backstops, and that one misses in off the corner. It's 1-1. The playing time aspect of it aside, what's it like working with Aiden and Caleb? I know Caleb's missed a lot of the year, but you and Aiden have been the main catching duo.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love all my catchers. We have a very special dynamic, and I wouldn't want to be doing it with anyone else. Whenever I get to the field, those are the first guys I say hi to, and they're definitely the last people I say bye to, because we have all of our catching equipment, so we're always the last to leave the dugout, but I love it. Aiden is a very talented catcher, as well as Caleb, and it's great to learn things from them. Like, for example, in the beginning of the season, I was having some difficulties blocking, and I was able to talk to my other catchers and pick a few things up that they do in terms of catching, and I definitely would say I've gotten better in terms of that.
Home ahead 2, and he takes the first base runner of the night.
Third baseman, number 12, Chris Bliscoe.
Let's talk about today's game specifically. I know it's a lot easier to try and pick up things off a pitcher here when you're not standing in the batter's box, but he retired the first 6. Home works a walk. What are you seeing off Tolentino today, if anything?
I mean, baseball's a hard game. You know, it's a game where if you get 3 hits out of 10, you're a Hall of Famer. So I'm not worried about my boys. Hot, so I'm not necessarily seeing anything too crazy yet.
A pick back to first. Home dives back.
Make some pitches from horse.
I would also say that he's doing pretty well mixing different pitches. He's able to get his breaking ball in for a strike, but my guys, they'll get it done. They always do.
And the Anchors really have the luxury. You've brought on Marciano Reichel, who is really just a true catching coach. He caught his entire college career and then played baseball overseas for a while. He's now here coaching you. What is it like? Home heads towards second. The throw is not in time, but the tag is applied and the call is out. So it looked for a second. Home doesn't agree. He's still sitting at second base. Caught stealing. You happy for he's on the other team, but you're a catcher. You have those like a caught stealing. You have 4 on the year. I mean, by the way, if anyone's counting.
Who's counting? Not me. But yeah, it's always good looking at other catchers, seeing them do well.
So it's now.
I have no idea. I mean,
the count is full, I'm pretty sure, on Bliscoe, and he bounces it foul. So Home erased on the caught stealing. Okay, back to Reichel. What's it like having such a professional catcher to work with?
It's great. I remember my first game, like I threw a run around. I thought it was like a great throw, and he was able to. When I came back to the dugout, he told me that I could have been even better. So it's a blessing, and it's just a great blessing to be able to have such a talented coach and be able to push me to be better than even I thought that I'm able to be.
So it's bases loaded, no runners on anymore after Home was caught trying to swipe second base. Chris Bliscoe working a 3-2 count with Tolentino, who winds and fires, and ring him up. Strike 3 called, back-to-back. Tough calls go against the Anchors, and there is 2 away.
Batting ninth, the catcher, number 9, Caleb Velo.
Caleb Velo doing the catching for the Anchors today. Steps in. Tolentino, to his credit, still faced the minimum, and he misses with this one outside. Anything to say about Caleb? He hasn't been with the club as long as Aiden, but must have had some conversations with him. Another older guy.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to play as long as me and Aiden, but even when he was injured, he was always at the field. He was always with the team. He's just a great team guy, and not even to mention how good of a catcher he is, but just all around just a great guy, but a great baseball player, but an even better teammate.
As that one misses as well. It's 2 balls and no strikes to the Anchor backstop. Here comes the 2-0 offer, is fouled at the plate, and it's 2 balls and a strike to Caleb Velo. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, last of the third. And that one is a called strike. Velo thought it was ball 4, and so fill her up with 3 balls and 2 strikes. The right-handed hitter, feet close together, high hands, waits on a 3-2 pitch and pops it foul first base side. It drifts back into the seats. So we talked about how you finished up your high school career this spring. You're off to Cal State LA in the fall. How'd you make that decision?
Well, there was a lot of factors that went into that. I love what Coach Richie's doing with the program.
Well, you're going to tell us on the other side of the break. Why don't you? On to the 4th here in Alameda. The Warriors still lead 1-0. Top half of the 4th inning here at Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda. I'm Kieran Costa, joined these last couple innings by Atticus Gonzalez. Catcher for the Anchors gets the day off today, hitting .385 and getting on base at a .500 clip in BACL play so far this season, as that one's cut on and missed, and the count's even 1 ball and 1 strike. We were talking before the break about your decision to go to Cal State LA. I cut you off.
Yeah, well, Coach Richie, he's brought in a lot of talent. It's a very young program, and something that a lot of people don't know, but that's actually where my father played baseball. So he played baseball at Cal State LA back in college when he played it. So I think it's just awesome. It's almost like a little bit of a legacy, but even apart from that, like, I love what Coach Richie's doing with the program. I love the trajectory that it's headed in. I love the area, and not to mention, like, who doesn't love LA, right? Who doesn't love being in LA?
Great place to go to college, I would guess. The 3-1 offer is ball 4. And the third walk in as the third walk of the game for Bolden. That one issued to Tyson Brown.
First baseman, David Howard.
David Howard comes in with the leadoff man aboard. You mentioned your dad was a big baseball player. Is that where you found your love for the game?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then when I was a younger kid, and I have 2 other siblings, so whenever you're part of 3 siblings, you're always trying to find a way to get your parents' attention. And I realized that my dad, he loved baseball. So when I was a younger kid, I was wanting my dad's attention. So I tried playing baseball to get it. And I mean, some might say that it worked. Some my siblings might say that it worked too well. But
I'd say the 500 on base percentage this season would say that it did work.
Yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike here to David Howard, but first the first baseman steps out. You know this staff pretty well, obviously. Four games in 4 days. What's the game plan?
I mean, I don't know the game plan necessarily, but I know we have a lot of great pitchers on this team. We have a lot of position players that are able to throw it a little bit. Who knows? Man, you might even see me on the mound in one of those games. But we just have a great team. It's deeper than people may think, and most of all, we have people that want to win. And if you don't have pitching, that's not ideal. But what's even less ideal is having people that don't want to win, and that's not something that we're lacking in.
As Bolden issues his second consecutive walk, so there's runners at first and second now with nobody out. And a meeting at the mound, and I interviewed Carson the other day. What do you say in these meetings as the mound as a catcher? Carson said that he just tells some jokes. You probably maybe have some more constructive things to say to your pitcher.
Well, it really depends on the pitcher. You have some pitchers that really want to just get the ball and they get super amped up and super like they really want to throw. So with those guys, I might tell a joke here and there, but you also have your pitchers that get really nervous when they pitch and they get really they lack a lot of confidence. So with those guys, that's when I go up there and I try to give them a little encouragement, tell them that they're doing it. But it really matters on the pitcher and what their tendencies are.
So Derek McFarland comes in, runners on first and second, Bliscoe playing in third, and the first one misses low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Bolden sets at the belt. No windup for Jordan. With or without runners on. Here he delivers, and that one hit him. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. Walk, hit by pitch. Top of the fourth.
Third baseman, Lucas Duran.
This point.
Well, he's no longer on this team, but Lewis is definitely my favorite pitcher that I've worked with. That's my guy right there.
Zuleika now playing for FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Picked up 3 hits in the afternoon session today. Here comes a 1-0.
Yep.
Is a called strike, and beg your pardon, it's something in 2.
I think he told me after this tournament he's not going to miss it, but he's just going to train.
That one's grounded towards third. Bliscoe dives. He's going to go to second. That's the only out they'll get. So the bases were loaded. Bliscoe made a diving stop to at least get an out of it. It's 2-0 Warriors, and now there's runners on the corners with 1 out. It's a fielder's choice and an RBI for Durand.
Extra runner.
On the left field line, Bliscoe ranging back, and it's going to fall untouched. You would think if Bliscoe made that play, his back was to home plate, you would probably see Howard tag from third. So it drops, the run doesn't score, and now it's no balls and 1 strike. The 0-1, there goes the runner. Velo will look back to third instead of throwing to second base. And I have a quick baseball question. So in these first and third scenarios, we saw 4 times in the first game of the day. Here comes the pitch. It's bounced foul. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. We saw, as a catcher and maybe as a team, you don't want to give up your secrets, but what's your play if they send a runner with runners on first and third in this situation, less than 2 outs?
I mean, it really depends on the program. I know that my high school team, we had different plays. So some plays they would just let me throw it all the way through to try to get the runner. Some plays I would throw it straight to the third baseman. Some plays I would even throw it to the shortstop to have him cut it off and go home. So it really depends on the program. It depends on what inning it is. It depends on the score. So there's no one play that you would do every time.
That's called a ball filler up. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bolden with the high set, stares in to get his sign and delivers. Breaking ball, check, swing. Yes, he did! Struck him out swinging. Arthur Jones, incredulous, halfway down the first base line. but they got him in a much-needed second out. It comes.
Catcher, Kyle Velez.
We have a swinging strikeout. There's 2 away. Bolden's pitch is cut on and missed, and he's ahead 0-1.
I'm getting the hang of it.
Have you worked with Jordan? Young season.
Yeah,
You were talking about like if it was in the base loaded no one out situation, what would you have gone and told him on the mound?
Bases loaded, I would have told him. Well, I'm not sure I'm allowed to repeat what I would have told him without the profanity that might be involved in that. In short, I would have told him that he should have all the confidence that, you know, we should just go attack this hitter. That if he would have get his best versus the hitter's best, I'm sure Jordan would be the one coming out on top.
Bolden, not a usual pitcher, spends most of his time ranging the outfield for Alameda. Here's his 0-2 pitch, looking to limit the damage. He misses just upstairs to Kaleo Velez. What pitch is coming, Atticus?
I wouldn't be surprised if he just challenged him with the fastball right now.
Bolden's 1-2 is
Fastball.
served towards left. It was a fastball, and it's on the left side of the chalk line for a foul ball.
He was guessing that too.
I think he's going his slider right now.
We'll see.
my prediction.
We'll see if Atticus Gonzalez is right. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top half of the 4th inning. The Anchors looking for a crucial first win of the tournament. The pitch. Right again. It's in the dirt, laid off by Kaleo Velez. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Walk, hit by pitch. Fielder's choice scored a run and a strikeout. Runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th. Bolden delivers. Strike 3 called. Breaking ball right down the middle, and that does it for the Warriors in the 4th. But they tack on 1 more, 3.5 in the books. The Anchors trailing 2-0. Darren Tolentino back to work in the last of the 4th. He's faced with minimum through 3. He'll face Telly Hill and then back to the top. 10 guys hit with the extra hitter here in this tournament. He was a spot guy for Laney. Usually last year for Laney College. But Coach Rodriguez trying to work his innings back up this summer, and Jonathan Rodriguez wants length out of him here. He's and fires to Telly Hill, who goes around on a check swing. He's behind 0-1. Telly couldn't hold up on a breaking ball in the dirt. So Hill behind 0-1. The 0-1 is outside. It's a ball and a strike. Here comes the 1-1 off for Hill. Pops this one out towards right. Williams settling under it, moving out towards Right center makes the catch, one down.
Into the sun.
Pop that into the sun and back to the top in Isaiah Landry. The anchor is still in search of that elusive first hit.
Do we not do walk-ups on Steam?
Isaiah Landry, the leadoff man. Second time through the lineup, tries to get things started. That's bounced foul down the third base line. With the speed of Landry, that most likely would have been an infield single for the anchor left fielder. Instead, he's down in the count, 0-1. Top half of the fourth inning. 2-0. The Warriors on top of the Anchors. Here comes the 0-1 offer. Is low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Went to El Cerrito for 2, and you went to
Clean Valley.
Clean Valley.
Never did that.
St. Joe's and El Cerrito used to play. So.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The offer to Landry fools him with the breaking ball, and Tolentino's ahead. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2. Landry takes low. Landry hitting .258 on the BACL season. 8 hits, 7 of them have been singles, but the other one was a triple, 1 ribby, and he scored 5 times. Also, swiped 2 bags in 4 tries, and here he bounces 1 foul alongside at third, and the count holds at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Landry, the leadoff man, trying to get on and spark an anchor rally. Here it is, and he bounces this one, foul same spot, down the third base line, and we'll do it again at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Landry battling Tolentino with 1 out in the 4th, and Tolentino wins that battle. Landry strikes out swinging. Strikeout number 4 for Darren. Jack Bollinger.
Center fielder, Jack Bollinger.
Switch hitter batting left. Open stance from the left side. Big hack at that one, but he comes up empty. It's 0-1. That one misses outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. The 1-1 offer is low, taken by Bollinger, and he's ahead 2 balls and 1 strike.
Oh, is it that Latino dude?
Here comes the 2-1 offering, and that one's poked towards left field. Duncan base hit. And the first hit of the ball game comes courtesy of Jack Bollinger.
All right, good.
So a single for Jack Bollinger, and that brings up Brady Wetzel. Looking to
I got this covered.
get them right back in it. Only down 2-0. Jordan Bolden's kept it close. His offense hasn't helped him out much here with 2 outs in the 4th. Tolentino sets at the belt, out of the stretch, fires strike 1. Here comes the before that 1-2 offer. It's gonna pick off to first, nothing doing. Lenny Gustafsson makes his anchor debut. No name on the back, name nor number on the back of the jersey, and
Now batting.
he'll work with
the
Caleb
right fielder,
Vela.
Donovan Williams.
The anchor's in great need of arms, and they turn to Gustafsson to get some outs here in the fifth.
Oh, lefty. Lefty matchup.
Lenny Gustafsson is ready and fires a first pitch that misses low.
There's no doubt about it.
Here comes the 1-0 from Lenny, and that one's popped foul back towards us. So that closes the book on Jordan Bolden. We'll give you that after Gustafsson's 1-1, and he pours that one in there. It's 1-2. Sure.
Okay.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
5 Ks.
Here it is, and check swing. He did not go. Jordan Bolden went 4 innings, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. He struck out 5, walked 4, and hit a batsman. Wide open stance for Donovan Williams, who waits on a 1-2 from Gustafsson, and that one misses above the letters. And fill her up, it's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Just 2 hits, no extra base hits.
Bolden, the lone issue was the command today, as he issued 5 free passes and
1 brute.
did not give up an extra base hit, as Gustafsson comes in here and gets the first out
First ever appearance in the league.
via the strikeout and keep that baseball Honey Gustafson, it's your first BACL strikeout.
Shortstop, Mateo Castro.
Back to the top in Mateo Castro, who popped out and singled. Also stole a base, all that off the starter Jordan Bolden. The lefty, a high set, winds and delivers. A breaking ball is spoiled foul, first base side.
Bishop go down.
So no balls and 1 strike, 1 out. Gustafson's 0-1 is well off the corner.
You walk through the tunnel. from
2.
Oakland. Use that tiny ledge sidewalk they got. They made it here for this 5th inning.
1-1, 1 out. He holds the set and delivers, caught on and missed, and Gustafson ahead 1-2. New man on the ball club, doesn't have a jersey number yet. We'll see if he sticks for the rest of this season.
We could stick a number on it
The
or
1-2.
stick with a jersey.
Breaking ball misses badly, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Anchors down 2-0 here in the 5th. Been down before. They came back in the doubleheader last week. That ended on a J.P. Boyle walk-off single. Here's the 2-2 offer. Foul back to the screen. The count holds. Gustafson and Castro in a 2-2 battle. The lefty delivers, and a breaking ball misses again.
Stop calling.
Filler up a 3-2 offer. The rock and the pitch. Fastball misses, and it's ball 4.
That's a good 2-2.
That's what he's thinking. Just go ahead and pitch.
There's this professional hitter that every time on 3-2 he took near like a 400 on base percentage.
So Mateo Castro draws a walk, and that brings up Yaki Ayata.
Second baseman, Daiki Ayata.
Ayata, the left-handed hitter, lined out to Blisco and struck out off Bolden. Gustafson picks back to first, and they got him! What a move by the lefty! Castro's hung out to dry, and there's 2 away. So the walk is erased on the pickoff, and Ayata now up with 2 outs, and the base is clear. Gustafson sets almost at the chin, and that one misses low.
He called it a strike. Ayala didn't like the call.
That one, beg your pardon, is called a strike by home plate umpire Keith Baker. That one misses inside to Ayata, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
He kept trying to go further in.
No action in the anchor pen, so Gustafson will be asked for multiple innings tonight. High set out of the windup with nobody on. He rocks and fires a 1-1. Ida pops up right field. Bell coming on towards the line, settles under it, makes the catch. Halfway home here in Alameda, the Anchors need a rally, trailing the Warriors 2-0. Mike Weber, followed by Brendan Bell, and then Jordan Bolden will look to start off an anchor rally, and Weber takes the first one for a bowl. He's ahead 1-0.
These two guys have seen each other. Laney versus Los McDonald's at bat.
Weber, very slightly open stance from the right side, and takes pitch that misses. He's ahead 2-0. Righty on righty here to start off the last of the fifth. 2-0 ball game. The Anchors trail, and Weber's way ahead. It's 3-0.
Dangerous place for the six,
Talentino hasn't been behind many Anchors hitters up until this point, and is 3 to Weber not close, and a 4-pitch walk. That brings a tying run to the dish in the form of Brendan Bell. Game 1 of the day was a 15-4 victory. The Petaluma Leghorns
Right fielder.
beat out
Right fielder.
the California
Brendan
Redbirds.
Bell.
JP Boyle goes over to coach first base. Talentino working out of the stretch. Haven't seen him out of that for much of this game, as that one misses low. It's 1-0. 5 straight out of his zone to start the inning. Petaluma beats the California Redbirds 15-4 in Game 1. San Bruno Captains beat FCA in Game 2. There's 6 straight out of his zone, and it's 2-0. So the Captains are 1-0 and the Leghorns are 1-0. And out to the mound goes Jonathan Rodriguez to talk it over with his pitcher. Tomorrow's slate of games, we have the Redbirds and against this Warriors team. That's to start the day. And not to make any assumptions about the Redbirds, but you would think if the Warriors can win this one, they'll move to 2-0 tomorrow morning. FCA plays the Leghorns. The Leghorns 1-0, FCA 0-1. So that would leave the door open for the Leghorns to go 2-0. And to be quite honest, I don't know how the tiebreakers are going to go, because we could have 3 2-0 teams and 2 0-2 teams, but to get right down to it, the Anchors really need to win this baseball game if they want to win the tournament. When it's just 2 games to decide the seeding, that one misses low, and Weber's going to head to second as it gets away from Velez. And for all you counting along at home, that is 7 consecutive pitches outside the zone.
First ball pitch of the game. Third base runner of the game on base right now. One of them's crossing.
3 balls, no strikes. Here it is. That one's low ball 4.
So he's in trouble. He had no hitter between 2/3 and now he's got 2 outs. What? Get designated hitter, Jordan.
And so that's back-to-back walks.
Hitter, Jordan Bolden.
And Jordan Bolden, who's lifted as a pitcher, now steps in. And Talentino's lucky he's not playing this game at Texas A&M, as they'd just be chanting Bull 8 after that one, but he finally fills up the zone. Bolden fouls it at the plate. A classic tradition at Kyle Field down at College Station. If the pitcher throws 5 or more out of the zone, the raucous A&M crowd let him hear it. But just the nice BACL fans, and that's a nice move by Talentino. Michael Weaver's picked off second base. So now, from runners on first and second and nobody out, there's a runner on first with 1 out as Weber gets picked off. Tony Sakachi not happy down there the third base line. Runner still at first. Bolden takes. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The second pickoff we've seen today. One ball, 2 strikes. Bolden takes. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bolden on the hook for the loss if he can't spark a rally for his offense at any point in this ball game. Big hole on the right side for Jordan, who takes high, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Darren Tolentino, who was just cruising right along through 4 innings, forced to work just a little bit harder here in the 5th. The full count delivery to Bolden's popped up. Will it stay in play? It will not, as it bounces untouched back behind the plate. And you know what that means. We have a second filler up 3-2 delivery to Jordan Bolden. Runner leads from first. That's Brendan Bell. He walked. Weber picked off second. He walked as well. Another 3-2. Bolden hits a mile-high pop-up to left field. Wally's gonna come in and make the catch to the side of his body. That was a play that ball almost dropped for a second there. But the play is made, so now there's 2 outs
Second baseman.
for Kai Home.
Home.
Man, you're good. Get me out of here. You're in there. Of course, then you couldn't play, so it sucks.
No, I like playing a lot better.
Plays better.
Kai Home opens stance and takes inside. Beg your pardon, it was a called strike of the inside edge. 0-1 to Kai Home, looking to keep the anchor rally alive in the last of the 5th.
Sideboard.
Brendan Bell still at first base. Home pulls it hard but foul down the third base line. Looks like Gustafson looks like he's going to come back out for the top of the 6th. An anchor offense that's been stymied up until this point by Darren Tolentino. Bell away from first. The 0-2 offer is high. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, last of the 5th. Tolentino to Home. It's in the dirt. It's 2-2. Then you have to, if the Yankees have done anything better here in the 5th, it's work at bats. Tolentino is working very efficiently up until this point, but 2 walks and 3-2 counts. Here Holmes in a 2-2, and he serves that one towards right. Right at Williams, who reaches up in the sun, makes the catch. Inning over. 6th inning, rolling around in Alameda, 2-0 Warriors. Top half of the 6th inning, Gustafson back out there for his 2nd inning of work, and his first pitch delivery to Jacob Wally is in the dirt for ball 1. Wally walked and stole a base in the 1st, struck out swinging in the 3rd. One of 5 Ks for the starter Jordan Bolden. That one's pulled hard but foul down the line, and the count's a ball and a strike. Wally, Brown, and Howard are going to try and extend what's already a 2-0 Warrior lead. Gustafson on in relief of Bolden, fires a 1-1. This one clips a lot of the plate, and it's 1-2. Last game of the day here in day 1 of the inaugural Independence Day tournament put on by the Alameda Anchors. The 1-2 is fouled at the plate. Going into tomorrow, I'll preview this one more time at the end of the ball game. But going into tomorrow, the Captains are 1-0, the Leghorns are 1-0, and the winner of this one will be the 3rd team to pick up a win today. None of those teams are slated to play each other. The Captains play the Anchors at 5 tomorrow. Gustafson, his delivery is fouled out of play. It stays 1-2. Your first game tomorrow, the Redbirds against these Warriors. Then you have FCA against Petaluma. That's at 1:30. That should be a good one. And then the Anchors play the evening game once again. That one will be against the Captains. And that one, you say it's a 55-footer. I don't know if that one even made it 55 feet, as it bounces in there, and the count's even 2-2.
3 1/3.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Gustafson, the high set, rocks his 2-2, fooled him on a breaking ball. The throw goes down to first, and
To get the bat near the net, it's just awkwardly very unusual.
Yeah, sounds
that's gonna get him. Jacob Wally disgusted with himself as he goes down swinging for the 2nd time today. Tyson Brown, the designated hitter, struck out and walked in his 2 trips up until this point. Right-handed hitter, slightly open stance, takes in the dirt. A fastball misses, it's 1 ball and no strikes. Hop right back on here at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be here ready to go for first pitch between the Warriors and the Redbirds. The 1-0 misses again. An off-speed pitch floats out of his zone. It's 2-0 to Tyson Brown.
We got the toughest draw of the whole team. Hey,
That one misses low, and it's 3 balls and no strikes.
the Redbirds not good.
Here comes the 3-0. Gets a called strike on the fastball. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Gustafson fools him, and the filler up. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes. Gustafson hesitates and fires a 3-2 delivery, popped up. Michael Weber in the infield makes the catch. There's quickly 2 away. So a strikeout and a pop out. There's 2 down here in the visitors' half of the 6th, and that brings up David Howard, who's drawn 2 base on balls, both off of Bolden.
First baseman, David Howard.
A big power hitting first baseman, a lefty named Howard. Only one name comes to mind, and here it comes. That one is a ball, and that would be Ryan Howard, longtime Philly first baseman.
Hell of a player. We're number 6.
In the fun trio of Utley, Howard, and Rollins of the late 2000s, the 1-0 is a hook that dropped short of the plate. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
Of which we like Howard.
The 2-0 offer.
Pesky player, pesky batter. Good feeling.
They're called strike.
Utley lives in Sausalito.
Ryan Howard, the only of those players to not play for the Dodgers. Utley and Rollins donned Dodger blue after playing in that big 3 in Philadelphia. Here comes a 2-1 offer here, and that one's popped up left field. Blisco ranges back. He's in foul ground. Now he's going to come on and make the catch. And that does it for the Warriors in the 6th. Let's have a little fun. Atticus Gonzalez will take over play-by-play for half an inning. Let's see if he can spark an anchor rally. Halfway through the 6th. Stick around for some Atticus Gonzalez play-by-play on the other side.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off, we have Chris Blisco, the strong left-handed hitter. Welcome back to the College of Alameda.
The bottom of the 6th for the Lakers.
A beautiful baseball field, which has one of the most beautiful backgrounds in all of summer baseball with the downtown Oakland landscape. Here, Briscoe takes ball 1 inside. Did he go? No, he didn't. We have a 1-0 count for Chris here as the pitcher looks to continue his dominance over the anchors today. The pitch. We have strike 1 to even the count 1-1 to Chris. Chris has had a solid year so far this year, looking to do some damage to the baseball, get on for the anchors. As he takes ball 2 in the dirt, we're seeing that he most likely wants to get on to see if he can start a rally for his team. The anchors looking to get their second hit, looking to score their first run of the ball game. Here we have a foul ball. This is going to even the count to 2-2. The weather's cooled down just ever so slightly to down to 63 compared to the 65 degrees that it started off on the day. It's still beautiful sunny as the heat wave was able to allow us to still keep some of the sun. And Briscoe pops it up to the second baseman, which is the first out of the inning. And now we have Kayla Velo coming up to hit, which, as we've already mentioned, is doing the catching duties for the day. Velo's caught a pretty good game so far today, looking to command both of the pitchers that he's facing. Called a great game, calling a lot of off-speed pitches. Here he sets into the box. We have the pitch. We have ball 1 in the dirt. It looks like this pitcher is losing a little bit of the accuracy that he had so ever much more dominantly in the beginning of the game, as he has thrown many more balls. As he looks in for the second pitch of the at-bat, ball 2 with outside. Catcher really has to reach for that one. Velo looking to get some hitting started for the anchors today, still looking for their second run. And we have the pitch. Velo swings at what would have been ball 3, but he's still ahead in the count 2-1 as he steps off to readjust his batting gloves. One thing many people don't know about Velo is he steps off every single time he swings to readjust his batting gloves. A little pre-hitting routine, some might say. As we have the pitch again in the 2-1 count. Ball 3, 3-1. 3-1 count's a great count to do some damage as Velo's probably looking to put a ball in the gap. Baseball, as many people know, is a game of rituals. As we see ball, a questionable call by the blue. Inside corner, as he might say. I think it was a little bit on the inside. 3-2 count to Velo. Didn't step out this time. Looks like my prediction was wrong. As he fouls back to 3-2, we're looking for an interesting at-bat. As we have Hill, the first baseman, on deck. Hill has some good power. He's no home run so far in the year, but if you've ever seen him take some batting practice, he puts on one heck of a show. As we have the 3-2 pitch. As Velo skies it to center field. And they make the catch for the second out of the bottom of the 6th inning. And here comes Tully Hill of the University of Pacific. Left-handed hitter with a very strong frame, lots of power, looking to do damage, just as I said for the previous 2 batters. On deck, we have our leadoff hitter, Isaiah Landry, who is so far 0 for 2 on the day, as most of the hitters are. As Hill takes ball 1 in the dirt. Hill is looking to get his first hit of the day as well. Only his second at bat in what seems like a very short game as he takes a very hard cut. One thing about Hill is he swings for the fences. Doesn't always get it there, but he's looking to do damage. As I was saying earlier, baseball is a game of rituals, and it's very interesting to always look at the players and see what rituals they have. And as a baseball player myself, I have a few. As he lines the ball into the left field there as he rounds first base, not looking second, not the best speed over there from Hill. Now batting, we have Isaiah Landry, who's 0 for 2 of the day. Some great speed from Isaiah. Isaiah is one of the best hitters in the world.
Isaiah Landry.
Isaiah's 0 for 2, very ground ball line drive type of hitter, looking to just put the ball in play with his plus speed. Anything on the ground might be an infield hit. Here we have Tully leading off from first base, and we have the pitch as Isaiah lines it into left field, but the left fielder is able to track it down. Isaiah hit that ball hard, but baseball is a hard sport.
Made the catch.
Jacob Wally with the catch in left field.
Leadoff.
Top of the seventh
Derek
inning.
McFarland.
Derek McFarland leads off. He'll be followed by Lucas Durand and
It's never easy.
Arthur Jones. That one misses low. It's 1-0. From the substitutions I can see, Marcus Jang's now the second baseman. Kai Holm is now the shortstop, and Brady Wetzel is over at third.
So Jay come in for Blissville.
Bliscoe, I think, is out of the ball game.
So Jay at second, Holm at short, and
Beg your pardon, I think Isaiah Landry is out of the ball game, as I can see him down in the dugout. That one's low. Bell's still in right, Weber's still at first. Weber's still at first.
to the left field.
Here it's 2 balls and 1 strike. The left fielder, we're still getting to you on who that is.
That's JP Boyle.
JP Boyle into the game to play left field. Gustafson falls behind 3-1. Here it comes. And that one misses, low, ball 4.
Second base.
A leadoff walk, second runner allowed by Gustafson, both via the free pass. Looking to turn 2. And this Duran's going to be the guy that he tries to roll up. Leadoff man aboard, that's McFarland. He's off first. Jang, the second baseman, shaded up the middle. Squares to bunt, pops it up! Brady Wetzel makes the play. He has nothing but time to make this throw to first in time for the double play. The bunt goes awry from Lucas Durand. Wetzel makes a great charging play and then sets his feet and throws to first. And Derek McFarland out at second base, but out goes the double play, beg your pardon, goes 5-3.
DH, Arthur Jones.
Arthur Jones, a single, a ribby, and a strikeout. Facing Gustafson in his third inning of work. That one's a called strike at what seemed to be the letters. It's 0-1. Jones doesn't like the call.
I think I can talk about next time.
As
Fluffy.
the 0-1 is low and outside. It's a ball and a strike.
Actually.
1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch is lined towards right center field. That's a base knock. Dunking down into right field. So that's a 2-out single for Arthur Jones. Still no action in the anchor pen. So Gustafson, walk, double play, single, and that brings up Kaleo Velez.
You're breaking my back leg.
The 0-1, Velez takes inside. The count's even, a ball and a strike.
They want what they want.
I need to know more Atticus before I die.
Top half of the 7th.
Help me.
1 ball, 1 strike as Velez cuts and misses. He's behind 1-2, and Gustafson a pitch away from getting out of it.
Got 140 hits, say they want Atticus there on live.
See, it
41.
has to be that.
William waits on deck. Here comes the 1-2 offer. Bounce towards second on a hop. Jang goes the short way to home, and the inning is over. Time to stretch in Alameda. The Anchors in search of any sort of rally. They trail 2-0. 2, 3, and 4. Jack Bollinger, Brady Wetzel, and Michael Weber are going to try and start a rally for Alameda. Bollinger has one of just 2 hits for the Anchors up until this point. 2-out single in the 4th. The first pitch, he squares to Bond, and it goes back to the screen. He's behind 0-1. Brady Wetzel and Michael Weber, the next 2 to bat, but Bollinger really needs to get on base first and try and wake up these bats. Here it comes, and Bollinger takes a breaking ball for a called strike 2. Bottom half of the 7th, the Anchor offense has been completely shut down up until this point. The pitch, Bollinger stays alive as he fouls it at the dish. No balls and 2 strikes to Bollinger, just looking to get on base any way he can to lead off this ball game. Both hits for the Anchors coming with 2 outs, and neither of the runners getting past first base. So an early base runner critical. Bollinger lines that one into right, and that's going to do it. A leadoff single, his second knock of the ball game, and it gets by the right fielder, Williams, and Williams falls down. Bollinger rounds second, he's going to head for third with a leadoff triple. He rounds and holds there. Bollinger hit a soft line drive into right field. It's a single. So Bollinger winds up at third base. He hit a Brady Wetzel, now the third baseman, steps up. He moved over as home went over to short. Bollinger hit a soft liner into right, and it got past Williams. The home scoring gives him a triple, and Brady Wetzel pops that one up towards center. Not very deep. McFarland makes the catch. Here comes Bollinger. The throw in is late. Brady Wetzel does the job, and just like that, the lead's cut in half. It's 2-1. And the Anchors have some life, and that brings up Michael Weber. So Bollinger scores on the Wetzel sac fly. And that brings up Michael Weber, and now everyone that comes to bat is a chance to be the tying run, and there's action in the Warrior pen.
There'd be one out with runner on first.
The official scoring on the Bollinger play is a single and a two-base error on the right fielder.
We get an error on the board, don't worry, we'll fix it.
And a sac fly goes for Brady Wetzel, who does the job. Weber takes low, and he's ahead 2-0.
Let's see.
The Anchors now all of a sudden can quite easily, with one swing of the bat, tie this ball game up, and Michael Weber, the first man to get a crack at it, and he takes backdoor breaking ball that clips the inner half. It's 2 balls and a strike. Here comes the 2-1. That one, though, misses inside, and Weber way ahead. It's 3-1. Brendan Bell waits on deck. Bell reached on a walk his last time up, but here it's 3-1 to Michael Weber. The big first baseman chops it towards third. In between hop for Duran, but he throws to first in time to get him. Nice play by the Warrior third baseman, and it's now time for Brendan Bell to step in. Jordan Bolden would be next.
Right fielder, Brendan Bell.
So Brendan Bell steps in, nobody on, 2 men out. Bollinger single and a 2-base error got him to third. Brady Wetzel's sac fly. Michael Weber bounced to third. So 2 outs, no one on for Bell. First pitch swinging, pops it up. It's drifting into the seats, first base side. And Bell's behind, 0-1. Bolden waits on deck. Two to 1 Warriors. They got 2 off the starter Jordan Bolden. Goose Mono's done the job since then. And held it at just 2 runs. Bell takes that one. It's 1-1. The count is level to the right fielder, who bounces that one foul, and he's behind 1-2. Darren Tolentino still in, but there's action in the pen behind him. A left-hander loosening down that right field line. The 1-2 to Bell. He takes inside. It's 2-2. A slider didn't get all the way back to the inside edge. 2-2 offer. Struck out Brendan Bell swinging, and the inning is over. But the Anchors cut the lead in half. To the 8th we go in Alameda. 2-1 Warriors. as the inning has started and it's fouled back to the screen. Pop-up drifts back, and Caleb Vela, as you see right in front of the camera, could not make the play.
Sorry about that technical affair.
So it's 0-1. Gustafson's worked quickly to the 10-hitter Donovan Williams, as Kaleo Velez ended the 7th. So Williams leads off the 8th. He'll be followed by the top of the lineup in Castro and Ayata. Gustafson. That's bounced right back to him, and it hit the runner in the field of play. He's out. It's the right call, as it was chopped up the first base line, and it hit the runner Williams, who shucks his helmet in disgust. It goes 2 unassisted in your scorebook. Williams hit a bouncing ball at the first base line, then ran into the baseball, hit him in the field of play. He's out. Jonathan Rodriguez doesn't like the call.
Let's see, let's hit out here.
But nothing he can do about it now. Keith Baker made the call, and it looked from here to be the right one. And Mateo Castro, and back to the top of the order.
You want to introduce him? Shortstop Mateo Castro.
Shortstop, Mateo.
Just imagine.
One out, no one on. And the umpires are going to have a meeting about this call that Keith Baker's already made. I don't know. You can go to the first base umpire. Jonathan Rodriguez is arguing about a hit him in foul territory.
Maybe the first base umpires are better.
They're arguing about a hit him in foul territory. They're going to confer.
Pretty sure it's like
And the play is going to stand. Baker and Felter come together, and they decide the right call was made. One out, and that one's fouled back to the screen. After a lengthy delay, as the umpires conferred, no balls and 1 strike to the leadoff man, Mateo Castro. A pop out, a single, a walk, and a stolen base on his line. A curveball drops below the zone, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
I wish they'd throw you guys into it at 1
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
9 o'clock.
It's just for tomorrow.
Here comes the 1-1. That one is a fastball that misses below the zone. It's 2-1.
Probably going to be aluminum.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the 2-1 offer. That one misses high, and it's 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out. High set by Gustafson. There's action in the anchor pen. His 3-1 is low, and he walked him. The second time Castro's reach on a base on balls, and that brings up Dayaki Ayata.
Second baseman, Taiki Ayata.
Ayata, the left-handed hitter, takes a pitch that misses high. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty on lefty, Gustafson and Ayata. Castro leads away from first, short lead. Weber holding him on there. A curveball drops in for a strike. The count's even 1-1.
Limited tri-tip plates available.
A curveball
Go now to the concession stand.
We've got ourselves a ball game, 2-1. Top half of the 8th. Caleb Bell's not through to first. Not in time. A close play, but good idea from Velo. But back to the bag. Safely as Castro. pitch missed. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now to Ayata.
I concur, sir.
Here comes the 1-2 offer. That one well inside, and it's 3 balls and a strike. And we'll see if Tony Sakachi wants to look down to that bullpen. Yeah, Gustafson's given him 2 1/3 very strong innings. 3 1/3, beg your pardon. That one, this is just high. It's ball 4. So back-to-back walks. Puts runners at first and second
You can talk to him.
with the 1 man out.
Left fielder, Jacob Wally.
And that brings up Jacob Wally. Wally's walked and K'd twice, a 3 true outcome day for the left fielder. Gustafson checks second and drops a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Started him off speed, and he's ahead, 0-1. Anchor infield looking to turn a pair. Gustafson sets at just almost near the brim of his cap and fouls third base side. It's 0-2. Gustafson way ahead of Jacob Wally. Michael Weber playing in front of the runner at third. Infield double play depth. Brady Wetzel playing 1 step towards the bag over at third. The pitch is high with a fastball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away. Bolden, Home, and Bliscoe, the 3 slated to bat for the Anchors in the bottom of the 8th. We'll see if Gustafson can hold it right here, as that one is pulled foul first base side. Right now only down by 1, a rally that can easily be mustered up. They picked one up in the 7th, that thanks to a 2-base error and a sac fly. Jack Bollinger scored the run. Brady Wetzel picks up the lone RBI. But 1-2 is past Velo to the screen. He yanked a fastball, so now there's 2 runners in scoring position, a 2-2 count. And Gustafson takes the long walk back up the hill. It's a wild pitch on the lone anchor reliever. That draws the infield in, trying to keep it at a 1-run game. Aiden Sakai is ready in that dugout after loosening down the line. We'll see if Tony goes to the bullpen. Gustafson's 2-2 pitch, breaking ball low. It's a full count, and the infield remains in. Ayata away from second, Castro away from first. Gustafson sets the filler up 3-2 delivery is popped up towards left, very shallow. Coming on, and not making the play. Out in left is J.P. Boyle. Ayata goes back to second base. Scoring on the play, though, is Castro. It was a little bloop. The infield in. Brady Wetzel never had a shot. J.P. Boyle just kept on coming. It dropped in front of him for a single. The runners obviously had to hold, so Ayata heads back to second, but it's 3-1 Warriors, and there's runners at first and second. Tony
Tyson Brown.
Sakachi staying in the dugout. That one's a called strike 1. After getting the first out, walk single has doubled the lead for the Warriors. No balls, 1 strike. Or beg your pardon, I think this will be the first delivery. It's a called strike. So Gustafson still working. Runners lead from first and second. 1 out in the 8th. Here comes the 0-1. Fooled him. Beg your pardon, it was 0-2. Fooled him on a breaking ball in the dirt, a slider. And there's 2 away. Gustafson picks up a much-needed strikeout. And now David Howard's going to come up. just who he's going to keep facing Gustafson. So Aiden Sakai was maybe loosening for the ninth.
First baseman David Howard.
David Howard looking to add on for the Warriors. He takes a called strike. 0-1. Bolden, Home, and Bliscoe will be the three to try and mount a rally in the last of the 8th. Gustafson trying to hold it at just a 2-run deficit as this one misses above the zone. It's a ball and a strike. Runners lead from first and second. Gustafson's breaking ball misses. A nice block by Vela to keep it close. The runners have to stay put. But that puts Tyson Brown ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Beg your pardon, David Howard at the plate. Gustafson, as the wind picks up, fires a 2-1, line straight back to the screen, and the count's even 2-2.
A few seconds from 2 hours.
Closing in on 2 hours of play here in the 3rd game of the day from the College of Alameda. The 2-2 offer is high and tight.
Do you call it?
It's 3-2. Fill her up.
I called it.
Fill her up with 2 outs, so the runners will be moving on the pitch. Howard open stance from the left side. There go the runners. Gustafson's pitch is low. Well, beg your pardon, now it's 3-2. So now we fill her up and send the runners. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners lead from first and second. David Howard at the plate. He's walked twice already today, looking for a 3rd. The full count offer. Gustafson strikes him out, swinging on a high fastball. Here come the anchors in the last of the 8th. The Warriors get the run back. They lead it 3-1. Jordan Bolden, tonight's starter, is going to try and start the rally here off the new pitcher Arthur Jones. If you remember that name, he's been the extra hitter all night for the Warriors. players faced off when Bolden was the pitcher and Jones was the hitter. It was an RBI single for Arthur Jones, one of just 2 hits that Bolden gave up. Jordan looking for revenge here, and he's behind in the count 1-2. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Is lined towards second. Ayate, it's off his glove, and the leadoff man's aboard, and Jordan Bolden. That's a single for Jordan Bolden. Bolden's first hit of the evening. And that brings up Kai Home. The tying run at the plate and home. Anchors will have 3 cracks at it, barring a double play. Big hole on the right side. Ayata shaded up the middle. Howard holding the runner on at first, and Home takes a pitch that misses. He's ahead 1-0. Home has walked and popped out. He was caught stealing. Kai Home ahead in the count 1-0. Open stance from the left side. A pick back to check on Jordan, and he's back safely. So Arthur Jones gives up a leadoff single after coming into the game for Tolentino. The 1-0 offer misses high and tight, and Holmes ahead now 2-0, and Jones struggling just a bit after coming out of it. Penn will get you the line on Darian Tolentino in a second. The 2 out of Home is called a strike over the inside corner. We'll see if they send Jordan Bolden. Tolentino. But first, a 2-1, and Home pops it foul. Back behind the plate. Darian Tolentino, 3 hits, 3 walks. The run he gave up was not earned in what turned into 7 strong innings of work. In line for the win. The Anchors trying to spoil that here. 2-1. Home pops it up to second. Ayata should be able to make this play, and he does. 1 down. So Home is out P4. And that brings up Marcus Jang, who came in defensively for Chris Bliscoe.
Second baseman, Marcus Jang.
Bliscoe went 0 for 2, struck out looking and popped out to second. Jang cuts and misses. He's behind 0-1. Fastball from Jones. Caleb Velo out on deck. A pick back to first. Bolden's there easily. Aiden Tackless has grabbed the bat. He will hit for Telly Hill. If they can extend the inning up until that spot where Telly would hit. Bolden bluffs, doesn't go. A fastball misses above the zone. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Last of the 8th. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. That one misses inside, and Jang in his first at bat is out ahead, 2 balls and a strike. Looking to keep this Anchor rally going. 1 on, 1 out. 1-1 or 2-1 now, beg your pardon. Jang, the Wesleyan shortstop, takes a fastball at the knees. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wide open hole on the right side if Marcus can go the other way. The 2-2 is high. Filler up. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Jordan Bolden. We'll see if they send the runner here on the full count offer. A pick back to Tech on Jordan, and he's back to the bag safely standing up.
Yeah, he's gonna go somewhere. I think he's gonna get nuts because they're gonna have him follow Derek Strawberry.
Jang waits on a 3-2 and fouls it back. Marcus stays alive.
Nice foul. Yeah, he's gonna keep enjoying him. Keep him too,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got 1 more year,
He's
so
on front.
we'll see how it goes.
What do you want to do? You go one way we are right now?
Pacific.
Out to the mound to talk it over goes Kaleo Velez
It's fun.
to talk to Arthur Jones.
Yeah. So,
Just need to graduate.
how's it academic advice in fall? I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Bolden away from first, not going. Jang! He waves and misses. He strikes out, and there's 2 down. And it's up to Caleb Velo.
Sometimes you get like too smart with it.
So after the leadoff single, home pops out and Jang strikes out. And that brings up Caleb Velo. Bolden heads towards second. The throw there is got him. It looked like he slid under the tag, but
He's not arguing with it.
the Anchors have been picked off for the second time, and the inning is over. On to the 9th in Alameda. Warriors lead 3-1. Aiden Sakai is going to come on to pitch.
Number 3, Aiden Sakai.
Usually the catcher, one of the catchers, beg your pardon, for the Anchors, but he toes the slab here, trying to hold this at just a 2-run deficit. Derek McFarland will lead off against him. Followed by Lucas Duran. And we'll see Arthur Jones. He came in to hit. We'll see if he then. So Sakai's first pitch misses. It's 1-0. Fires that one, fouled back to the screen. It's a ball and a strike. McFarland has yet to have an at-bat up until this point. A sacrifice, a hit by pitch, and a walk, and he's ahead here 2-1.
I think if anybody said you're going to throw these guys out, make it in a hurry, you know what I'm saying?
2 balls, 1 strike. The right-handed pitcher Sakai rocks and deals. That one sent out towards center. Bollinger has a beat on it and makes the catch on the line drive. 1 down. That brings up Lucas Durand, 0 for 3 on the evening, struck out, bounced out, and hit into a fielder's choice. Has an RBI on the day, that coming on the fielder's choice back in the 4th. Sakai rocks and delivers his first pitch. That's bounced towards third. Wetzel on the short hop fires across the diamond in time, and there's very quickly 2 away here in the Warriors' half of the 9th inning. Sakai, pitcher in high school, and he's made 1 appearance.
What have you done?
We have no stats for him in the BACL up until this point.
As an announcer generally, because I do this too, and it's not like distracted by ooh, look at the song with him. It's just basically.
Sakai's 0-1 is grounded at the plate, and Aiden's quickly ahead 0-2.
Whenever in the present. Yeah.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sakai 1 pitch away from retiring the Warriors 1-2-3 and giving his offense a chance to get back in it. That one's grounded at the plate by Jones, and you'd assume they'll be trying to mount that rally against Arthur Jones, the extra hitter who pitched a shutout 8th inning. It will be Telly Hill's spot, which will be hit by Aiden Tuckless, and then back to the top of the lineup in Landry and Bollinger.
Maybe gets all
Sakai still ahead 1-2. Jones doing some housekeeping at the plate. Sakai just staring in, ready to go. Shakes off 2 from Velo. Fires an 0-2 fastball. And another foul from Arthur Jones. So Tacklers, Landry, and Bollinger will be the 3 for an Anchor team that's down right now 2-0. Sakai trying to hold it right there. Another 0-2 from Aiden. This one held onto by Velo, and Sakai quickly retires the side in order. 3 outs left, 2 runs needed. Bottom of the 9th, coming up on the other side on the Anchors TV network. It's not Tackless, as Aiden Tackless waits on deck. It's going to be Caleb Velo, who was left standing at the plate when Jordan Bolden got picked off first base to end the home half of the 8th. Here we go, last of the 9th. 3-1 ball game. Bello takes a first pitch ball. A very doable rally here for the Anchors in the last of the ninth. They only trail by 2. Caleb, a right-handed hitter, leads off against Jones, working quickly. The 0-1 is a called strike on the outside edge, but counts even. Velo takes way high. It's 2 balls and a strike. Trying to get on any way he can. The 2-0 offer. Velo fouls it back to the screen. It's even 2 balls and 2 strikes.
First few games, period. If you have a scorebook, awesome. I'll try to lead mine here too.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Velo leading off the 9th, breaking ball, and Velo serves it into right field as it's by the dive of Ayata. The leadoff man's aboard, and the tying run comes to the dish in the form of team RBI leader Aiden Tuklas.
For the Anchors, batting for the EH Hill, number 44, Aiden Taklas.
So Aiden Taklas, the left-handed hitter, against the lefty Jones, takes a pitch that misses off the corner, and he's ahead 1-0. Jones into his second inning of work. Here it comes. Taklas bounces it foul. First base side. The count's even 1-1. Taklas represents the tying run. JP Boyle in for the game for Landry waits on deck. Taklas waits on the 1-1 from Jones. It's high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Taklas jumps out ahead. Anchors looking for a little bit of magic here on day 1 of what's a holiday weekend for many. July 4th tomorrow. 3 more games then. That fastball clips the outer half. After the wrap up of this one, that does it for a long day here on Alameda Anchors YouTube. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., join us again at 10, 1:30, and 5. We have more baseball for you. Taklas spoils that one foul. 3 games tomorrow, and then, as I've mentioned, 3 games. The final 3 games, the 5th place game, 3rd place game, and 1st place game, will occur on Wednesday.
And a real quick weather report. It's fog north of Oakland, but it's beautiful here. So don't let that stop you from coming.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Taklas takes high and inside. Filler up. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
See that fog coming in there?
Sun still shining. Beautiful day. Turning into evening for baseball.
Foggy half the day, but not here.
Taklas waits on a 3-2, and he is rung up by home plate umpire Keith Baker. He can't believe it.
Complained about it when he got the next 2 times. And the second one was way out there. That one was out.
So that's out number 1. The first pitch to JP Boyle misses, and it's 1-0 to him. Diving back to the bag safely is Caleb Velo.
Well done, Loki. We almost here tomorrow here, despite the night air.
Boyle, one of 2 anchors to homer here at Pat Bale Field. Velo leads away from first. Jones' 1-0 delivery. Misses high with the fastball. It's 2-0.
This pitch path looks like
Jack Bollinger is out on deck.
Start like that in the middle.
The 2-0 high and tight, and it's now 3-0 on JP Boyle. We'll see if they let him loose.
Ball just shoots a 3 behind you.
The 3-0 is in there for a
Good take.
called strike 1. It's 3 balls and a strike. Looking to get the tying run on base. Boyle still in a hitter's count, 3-1. Jones delivers. Boyle takes ball 4. And here come the anchors. And that brings up Brady Wetzel. And out to the mound goes Jonathan Rodriguez.
What doesn't the ball has come out?
So Wetzel coming up.
Announced him as hitting for you.
Brady Wetzel lines that one out towards center. Is it gonna hang up long enough? A diving play by the center fielder McFarland, and that may have just saved the game for the Warriors. Wetzel hit one out hard towards center field. McFarland came on, went into a slide and made the catch, robbing Brady Wetzel, and now it's up to Michael Weber with the tying run at first base.
Mike Weber.
The outfield playing way back in no doubles defense. Weber's going to have to find a gap to tie up this ball game.
What was happening?
My bad.
No, it's okay.
Thank you for me.
Weber, feet close together, big hole on the right side. He takes a pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. Join us again. Our next broadcast will be 10 a.m. tomorrow between this Warriors team.
That's all there's to it. They're in order.
Yeah.
If they catch it, game's over.
The throw back to first. Boyle dives in safely. Bell decides not to advance.
Oh boy, this is bad.
Yeah.
No.
You wouldn't have Tackett hit. Tackett would have been hitting for Boyle. Either way, it's screwed up.
Here comes the pitch. That's popped up. That should do it. Iota drifting back, still back, still back. The second baseman makes the catch, and the ball game is over. So the Warriors beat the Anchors and are the third team to win here in day 1 of the Independence Day tournament. Your winners today, the Petaluma Leghorns win, the San Bruno Captains win, and the NorCal Warriors win. And that will do it for day 1 of the inaugural Independence Day tournament. We'll see you again tomorrow, 10 a.m. on the Alameda Anchors YouTube. Thank you to Atticus Gonzalez for hopping on for a few innings. Everyone for putting this on. Dan Harrington on the PA, and Tony Sikachi for putting this whole thing together and doing some coaching here today. That does it for me. Thank you for joining me for 3 games of baseball here in Alameda on this Monday. I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm Kieran Costa signing off from Alameda.